What's shaking, Chewy Nation? ChewbaccaLemma here, back with another Madden 20 video. Today we have our very first sniping video where we try to make a bunch of coins work in the auction house. If you're not sure what sniping is, if you don't know what sniping is or you want to learn more, I did make a basic sniping tutorial. Should pop up there that you could check out. It's about a half-hour video of just going through everything, so I don't have to do that in every single video. That's a good place to start. But let's go ahead and dive into it. We're going to try to work the market. This is going to be different than a lot of videos we did last year with sniping. I'm actually going to look at a ton of different filters, and really just depends on your coin stack. I get a lot of questions like, what would you do with 50k? What would you do with 100k? What if you have 1,000,000 coins? What would you be sniping? So hopefully I'm able to show off a lot of different filters that can work for you no matter what your coin stack is. That's the goal. One thing I do want to start with is power-ups, because this is a big time question about it, and a lot of times I say like power-ups are probably pretty good. I haven't really found a great filter for it, for sniping power-ups. I think the best way, a lot of these positions, I mean, you could definitely do some of these positions. Remember when you're doing newest, you want to make sure remember when you find a filter, you want to make sure you're seeing 59 minutes. So a lot of these, like if you just do power-up wide receiver, it's 38 minutes, it's not good. So you might have to mess with like quality and maybe try like 66 to 69. That should probably work. If you want to try, maybe that you could snipe lower overall power-ups, but I find that these power-ups are very difficult to snipe unless you're going to just focus strictly on maybe the Chiefs or a few teams, which I think is probably the way to go. Go after the teams that have a lot of leaks. The reason I mention the Chiefs is because they have Patrick Mahomes and they have Tyreek Hill, so there's some good value there for sniping if you're looking to snipe just pure power-ups. But you can snipe other ones, like the Saints have Michael Thomas and Marshawn Lattimore, so there's other teams that could work quite well. The Lattimore goes for a pretty penny, but you know, Rams, whichever teams have a lot of elites, usually they have like one like really expensive one as well, like Aaron Donald for the Rams, or the Bears have Khalil Mack. A lot of these teams do. So there's a lot of things you can do with the power-ups. I'm actually not going to spend much time on it, except just saying like that's kind of what I would go after if you're going to do it. But I'm going to go actually away from power-ups. I'm going to mostly focus on specific overalls. So if you watch my sniping video or my sniping tutorial or any sniping videos, or if you snipe yourself, this is a good way to figure out how much cards go for. So we see that 80s go for about 14k. They've went up quite a lot, and 81s are pretty much right there as well, maybe a little bit more. Usually the odd valued ones are usually the best value for training, because as the year goes on, they usually tend to be about the same price, like 80s and 81s, 82s and 83s about the same, 84s and 85s about the same, because they put them into sets and stuff like that. So you notice they're both around 14, which is nice for easy math, or easy just calculation. Remember, 10% tax. So if we sell them for 14, that means 12.6 after tax. So we definitely want to make sure we're paying less than 12.6. Ideally about 11. We could go up a little bit more, maybe 11.5. But again, make sure you're seeing the newest cards when you're making a filter. So newest, I'm going to try positions. I'm going to go after popular positions. So we're actually just going to do 80-81s right now. We're going to start off and see if we can hit something with this right here. A lot of times I like to do team by team elite. I'll show that at the end. That's one of my favorite filters that I use pretty much throughout the whole year, but right now we're going to try some different things, so try to be a little bit different. Again, we're just trying different positions. I think right now it's pretty solid here. It's all right. So I don't know if I'll get it or not. I did get it. I got the Sue. So remember, all 80s and 81s minimum sell for 14. Some go for more. Quentin Nelson goes for like 30k. You'll learn those as you do it, but you don't even need to. If you're like a first-time sniping and you're trying to learn it, you don't need to know all those prices. You just have to know the minimum. So I'm actually just going to sort by buy now, because that will even make it easier to visually see it, what we're looking for. Remember, 14k is kind of like our number that we're going to sell these cards for. So if we can get them for like this, I joked, but I still got it. If we get a price like that, that's some pretty good profit. You know, over 2,000 coins every time. And people that might think that's not much, but we just made, what did we just make? Like 4,000 coins in the span of like a couple minutes. Did not take long to do that. So I want to make sure, I don't want to spend too much time. So if you see me keep looking over, I'm going to try to spend a handful of minutes on different filters. So that's why you'll see that. I usually just keep sniping and go for a while. But this one I'm going to try to show a bunch of different filters here. So now that we know none of these filters are too full, quote unquote, meaning they have like too many cards. We're not seeing the newest cards. You're seeing the newest cards on all these, which is good. So let's go ahead and see. I haven't like went through. I did go through all the positions, but I forget. You can try other ones like middle linebacker. Middle linebacker has this Jalen Smith. Why did I think? Yeah, Jalen Smith, who goes for a pretty penny. There he is. Who goes for like 20K, which is nice. So there's there's some expensive. I mentioned the Quentin Nelson as well. Like there are some expensive overall. Expensive cards in this filter. For if you find a Quentin Nelson for 10K or something, like you're gonna make a really nice profit for sure. I haven't messed with the O-line much. Again, you could do a lot of different things with this filter. You don't have to specifically just do mine. But one thing I will say, and this is the reason I see Quentin Nelson now, like these guys in Batoni, like these left guards, and all these are so expensive. One thing is you see how skinny, like there's not that many left guard 8081s. So I personally don't like a filter like this because there just hardly ever gets new cards posted. Just not enough cards on that overall. So that's why I wouldn't do it. I'm actually gonna get out of O-line because there's just not a whole lot of O-line 8081s. That's how I kind of find a filter. I like filters where you're seeing a lot more cards than whatever that was, like 15. Yeah, not exactly ideal. But we'll keep going for a few more minutes. We'll see if we pull a snipe or two more, and then we'll move on to the next one. Alshon Jeffrey, Larry Fitzgerald. You also don't have to search by newest. By buy now. You could search by newest, but because I haven't really sniped that many 881s, I don't know a lot of these prices. Like I know some of them, because like if Quentin Nelson got put up for like 20,000, obviously I'm not going to see a Quentin Nelson doing these positions, but he got up for 20,000 and I didn't see him because I was on buy now. That would stink because that would be a pretty good snipe, making like 10K after tax. So I think it goes for whatever you saw, like 32 or something like that, or Batonio in the same way. So usually I like newest over buy now once you learn your prices. But this is good for now. We'll see if we can snipe. We'll see if we can snipe another one here. We started off strong with the Sue and whoever that other one was, I don't remember. Come on, corner. I do like this though. It's pretty easy. If you're looking at like lower coins and you just want to maybe snipe a couple cards, maybe then you go and play a solo. Maybe you want to go ahead and invest just a little bit. You're like, I only got like 30K. I'm gonna buy a couple cards. You can buy a couple cards, go into a solo, and then you can come back. And they'll probably have sold by now. They will take a little bit of time to sell at that 14 price, but they will sell. And then you just keep rinsing and repeating. And then as you get more coins, you can look at higher filters and so forth. But we're going to stop after this one. We're going to go to 82 to 83 and see if we can hit some bigger snipes. Jabril Peppers, that was the one. All right, so we're going to go ahead and see if we can hit some bigger guys. So that looked all right. That was okay. Not spectacular. It was all right. We'll go to 82, 83 here. And I think we'll find that a lot of these positions are also about the same for the way we're going to do it. So we're going to try different. Oh, I forgot to look at the prices. What a ding dong. Let's go back. 82s. See, they sell for about 21. None really that close to expect. You might be able to sneak them in about 22 if we want to try to get maximum value. And then we look for the 83s, which you still haven't seen one yet. They go for definitely more for sure. So we're looking for an 83. I still haven't seen one. An 83 there. Okay, close to 27. So about 22 and 27 I think are pretty safe. You could go 21 if you want to, if you don't want to have to repost. You see this Ken Houston sold for 23. So depending on how you're feeling. But now we got the prices. I'm feeling good. I'm going to keep it on buy now because I do think that as a beginner, first day, I think this is, this is a good place to start. Usually I would like to I would have it on newest. But I think for the first sniping video we do, we're gonna keep it. So a solid deal there on Keenan Allen, but I don't think it's worth pulling the trigger. So I'm just going to actually do quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and corner on these. There's not a whole lot of 82 to 83s. You definitely could do other things with this. You can mess with the cap value. I don't think team is probably very good if you're doing just 82, 83s, but you can mess with cap value a little bit. You could try to do like cap value, combine it with like all offense or all defense, which could be interesting. Again, the big thing is there's a lot of filters that work. The big thing is you want to make sure you're seeing the newest cards. As long as the newest cards are popping up. I'm searching by buy now, but if somebody puts a card up like this, just got posted, it was up for 20 seconds, I'm going to have a good chance to get it. It's just because I have a good filter where I'm seeing the newest cards. That card was up for 20 seconds. I was a little late on it, but I still got it, thankfully. And that's whatever that was, 1,600 coins. I don't know. Remember your 10% tax. Don't forget that. So we'll go ahead and buy this one as well. Again, not much. You know, we're talking 1,300 coins or something. 1,350, I think, after tax. Not much, but enough. Enough, I think, to warrant pulling the trigger, in my opinion, on these lower ones. They're pretty safe. You don't have to worry about them not selling. So I like that. I like the safeness of them. When you get to higher overalls, you're probably going to want to widen that margin a little bit. But on these lower ones, I didn't get that one. You can be pretty free with it. Unfortunately, we didn't get that Amari Cooper. He definitely would, I would say, easily sell for 22 for sure. Keeping those prices. Let's go ahead. We've been going for a few. We can spend a little bit more time on this one. 19. It seems like it's doing all right. Ideally, we see one of these. You know, we get a really nice snipe, a more expensive card pops up for 10K, something like that. That would be nice. 20,000 would be nice. That would be nice. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's see what happens. 19, 2, 20. No quarterback. We can honestly skip quarterback if we want. They seem to be pretty lame. Not too much excitement going on there. So Carson's up for 4 seconds. Easy pull, and that's just. I mean, we just dominated that one. Not quite a perfect refresh, but pretty darn close. So we go ahead and make 2,500 coins right there. Again, like, it's very simple, very simple when it comes down to just finding out the prices, and then I mean I'm searching by buy now. Like, I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm actually gonna check real quick this Jerry Rice just for So I was curious if he sold for maybe a little bit more. You see that one go off but you see. I think 22 obviously is going to sell, so it will be the cheapest one up. You probably could sneak it in around 22.5 if you wanted to, even maybe 23. People are silly with just not realizing how to get maximum value out of their cards. So we can, and again, if you have to, you can always repost. I personally don't like to repost, so I usually won't do that. I saw an 83 down there, so I got excited, but man, not a good deal, not a great deal. I just don't like to repost, so I'm usually a little more safe on mine. It's not that you are out of anything if it doesn't sell, but I generally just want it to sell. I feel pretty good about the ones that we got here, though. We're going to move on to 84 to 85 here in a minute after we do corner. 84, 85. Once we get higher in the overalls, we won't be making these, we might even be 84, 85. I know when we get to 86, 87, we don't have to do like anything to the filter to do, like we're good. But let's check 84 to 85. So 84, 85, 44 minutes. So what we want to do is we want to make sure we're seeing the newest cards, right? You see that these cards, this is newest, and they've been up for 15 plus minutes. So we might have to do, I don't remember if all offense or so all offense definitely didn't work. Did all defense? It's going to be close. It does, barely, probably. So let's go ahead and, I didn't even check the prices. I'm really... this looks good. So we can just do that. All defense. That looks pretty solid. So let's go ahead and get our prices here real quick. So we'll do it by buy now. So it looks like you see this jump here from 35.7 to 37. So you probably can sell them pretty much all 84s for about 37. You can be pretty safe. Superstars up to maybe closer to 38. You could probably be decently safe on that if you want. Again, 37 is pretty safe. If you want, you could probably bump it up 1,000 or 2 and see if they sell. What you'll find is, like, most of the time they will sell, but you will have like times where maybe 1 or 2 of them won't sell. It's just part of it. I didn't see is the first 85 really about 55? That's probably a little high. I feel like that's probably pretty high, but we'll go ahead and see what we hit. All defense. Check my pricing guide. What did I have them at before? I didn't have 85s. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so let's go ahead and see. Let's see what happens. We're going to do by newest here because there is quite a lot of variance when you get to the higher overalls. So you have cards from Tyreek Hill that's like 140K to cards that are worth 30, 37. So there's quite a lot of variance, and you see how many cards are being posted. Look at, like, it just keep coming up, and all I'm doing is double clicking by hitting AA on the cap value or any of those that say all. You just have to hit AA, and it will refresh the filter. You see it down below as it's loading right now, and we'll see if we indeed can hit something fantastic. 84s, 85s. This one's going to be a little bit more tricky. As you get higher up in the overalls, the competition is much more fierce, and we'll see if we get this. Let's go, guys. That is a huge snipe. That's a huge snipe. We're talking almost 10K after tax. Like, absolutely great, especially this early on. 10K is a ton of coins, so very happy with that. I saw the superstars do sell closer to 38, so really happy with that, and I'm glad I obviously was able to pull the trigger there very quickly. Got a really nice refresh, and by that I just mean, like, when I clicked it, it said 59.59. Like, it was up for 1 second when I clicked it. So I got a really good refresh. Sometimes, you know, it does take a few seconds to refresh in between. You'll click it and it'll be up for 5 seconds. And you're like, that was the worst refresh you could possibly get. That one again, we got almost a perfect refresh on that. So we get another one. These superstars, that was one I wanted to talk about, is just sniping these specifically. After we get out of this filter, we're going to run a couple more minutes. After I run this, I'm going to show exactly how to... Okay, I guess we'll buy this one too. Chris Harris Jr., I think I saw one for like 37. I don't think he was going for any more. So I actually probably should have passed on this. We're talking a very small margin there after tax. It's safe. It's definitely going to sell, but yeah, I wish I would have passed on that one. Just because I'm pretty sure. I'm actually going to check real quick before that sells. 37. Yeah, a pretty small margin. Yeah, why don't we sell that for 39? It looks like we could definitely sell that. We'll sell that at the end. We'll worry about that at the end. I don't feel like going back. What do we buy the other one for? So if we sell it for 39, that's 35, right? 35.1. Obviously, I don't think it... I don't know. Assuming it sells for 39, I think it will. I'll take it, though. A solid profit. Very solid. A lot of Chris Harris Jr.'s for whatever reason. Maybe they're just really popular card, just popping up like crazy. What in the world? Another Chris Harris Jr. I mean, I'm happy with my price, but I know I'm gonna make on it. What in the world? What a crazy card to just getting flooded. So it looks like 85s are worth over 50 easily. I mean, I knew they would be worth over 50, but it looks like they're easily worth mid 50s, I think. So that's good to know. That price was pretty accurate. I guess we'll buy this. So I don't know. Again, this is I think up for debate. It depends on how many coins you have. But we're talking we're talking it's very safe. It's gonna sell. Goldman already sold. I definitely guess I should have sold him for more. He sold way too fast. Because if a card sells that fast, you could have got more value for it. Jamal Adams. Probably not a good deal. Was a pretty solid deal. He does go for about 50. Missed that one. But I usually don't like cards to sell that fast because that means I probably could have got more out of it. One thing I do want to say is, like, that card I just bought, like, we're talking like margin of whatever, like 1,000 coins. I'm happy with 1,000. I'll take the 1,000, but I want a little bit more when I'm spending this amount of coins generally. But yeah, let's go ahead and we'll do a few more refresh. We'll do 5 more. There's a lot of cards popping up, though. I do like that. There's one. Well, this is the number 2. A lot of stuff popping up. Well, a lot. That's 2. That was like the first time something didn't pop up with the refresh. So there's 3. A nice little Calais Campbell. Really solid. One of the best ends in all of football, obviously. 4. Even if he does play for the Jags as a Texans fan, I gotta say he's pretty good. Number 5. All right. Again, if he sells for 30, there's just so many popping up. Maybe I won't be able to sell it for 39. Maybe I should have left it up for 37. Maybe. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about. Well, actually, yeah, this will work. All right. So Mutt Superstars. We already know about what they go for because we've seen them a little bit. But what I want to do is I want to take all defense off. I want to show. I don't think this will. Oh, it actually might work. So I'm going to search by time remaining just to show. So yeah, this clearly works. 4 hours. You're just going to be able to see the newest. If cards get posted for an hour, the longest a card is going to be, like if somebody posts for 8 hours, fumbling over my words, somebody posts for 8 hours, you're not going to see those because the farthest back it goes is 4 hours. So if you want to see the ones that get posted for 8 hours as well, you could simply do something like all defense, and now you're actually going to see like all the cards almost. I don't think you're going to see the 24-hour ones on defense, or you could do all offense and same thing. If you want. So it's not a terrible idea to simply do this because this allows, it's very competitive. Usually I recommend, you know, most people put cards up for an hour, but in filters like this where there's new content, I generally like filters that are a little more precise, more filtered down, because like where you will see cards that are put up for 8 hours, 12 hours, the later ones, because those are the ones that are less competitive. A lot of times what people do is they'll do MUT Superstars 8045 and they'll just keep refreshing that. So you're gonna be going up against people that are, you know, only doing that. Most people will be doing that. So I personally like filters that are on new content a little bit more, that you're able to see the cards that have been up for a lot, that are put up for 8 hours, 12 hours, 24. I hope that made sense. If it's like old stuff, I generally don't really care that much about that. But for the new stuff, I think it does help, because like, oh, this one's up for 59, but like nobody's seen this golden tate. Like, not many people are seeing that golden tate right there. So if that golden tate was put up for 30, it's obviously going to be a great deal, and you have a much better chance. You're going to get it most likely, even if you don't get a good refresh. Even if when you refresh it, it's, you know, been up for 5 seconds. You know, you're still probably going to get it, and that's what's great, I think. But we're gonna snipe a couple of these, because I think these are going to be pretty easy to snipe. So 85s look like they've obviously went up. They were going for like 45 to 47, and now they're worth about 55. So we see a big uptick on that. Pretty much most cards have went up in price if you've been sniping since the game came out, or even the last like day or two. You'll notice that the prices have gone up. Let's see, baby. Why am I not smiling? This I feel like should be with new. I mean it's been out for a couple days, but this should be pretty successful for you guys. Oh, there's a Tate. See, I didn't see it because it was in the second slot. I probably wouldn't have got it anyway, in all honesty. At the time I got over to it and tried to buy it, someone else has already bought it. It was only put up for 59 minutes. But that would have been a good buy. So we could buy this Alshon if we wanted to. It does look like they sell for about 55. We're talking a pretty small margin, though. So we are going to pass. Somebody bought it. Maybe you can sell it high 50s. Then you're talking about a really nice margin if you're able to do that. Which you might be able to. Maybe like 58. Probably worth a buy if you can sell them for 58. For sure. For sure. And if you don't sell it, you can always repost it. It was a very safe card. I probably should have pulled the trigger, in all honesty. Because I can put it up for 58. If he doesn't sell, I can put him up for 55 and know I'm making coins still. Yeah, I probably should have bought it. Hindsight. Silly me. Alright, but next time we know. If we see one up for 48, we're going to pull the trigger. We will pull the trigger. I can't believe I haven't sniped any of these yet with how many are being posted. There's so many. Come on, baby. Come on. 84, 85 is my jam. 84 to 85. Come on. Nope. We just saw that. The only one we've seen is the Golden Tate. And we didn't get it because it was in the second slot. We didn't get a great refresh on that one, fortunately. We could switch to all defense as well, or we could just not do all at all. We could just do all. I mean, not offense or defense. That also works. Again, as long as you're seeing the newest cards, this is a pretty good filter. They're just not popping up, but they will. They will. There's an Alshon. 53-2, not really what I'm looking for. 57. New cards. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Probably should have both hands on the controller at all times. 49. 36, so 49, again, that's like, if you sell it for 55, you're really not making, okay, we can definitely pull the trigger on this. Again, these are very safe, like, very, very safe. We saw the one Goldman sell within, what, a few minutes at 37.5, so even if this is only, what, you know, 1,500 coins, like, it's not a ton. I wish I would have sniped more when it comes down to it. Would have been happier if I was able to, you know, get I'm going to go newest again, because maybe we can get a 85. Obviously, my time spent, 1,500 coins is not great, but I'm not going to pass on it. I'm not going to sneeze at it. It's still all right. Going to give it a minute. 5 more refreshes. 50. That's 1. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. That's 2. Again, we see the one at 11 hours. It's not a great deal, but you wouldn't see that if you were just doing type all. So, yeah, you can make a case. You can make a case. I think on these sort of competitive filters, I don't think it's a bad idea to do what I'm doing, but, you know, of course, that's my opinion. All right, 84.85, we're going to go ahead and pass on it for now. That, I do think, as much as I didn't show it off great there, I do think there's some good potential for nice snipes. I've had some good success with that. All right, let's go to 86.87. Let's look at the prices. This is going to be much less likely. This might be the last filter we are able to look at. I mean, the 88, 89 is exactly the same, basically. So 86s are selling for about 80 minimum. You see the Harrison Smith. It looks like he may not sell at the 81.7, but 80 looks to be about the nice number, which is good to know. So 86s and 87s closer to 90. So those prices have went up, I think, a decent amount. Or 86s, yeah, they definitely have. So they were down at like 70 before. 87s are up a little bit as well, about 90. So everything's pretty much gone up from when I last checked. So I definitely need to make sure I got those prices down. So time remaining. You see how close this is? Just barely not going to see the newest cards. So close. So there's a couple things you could do here. You could do all offense, all defense. You see, the nice thing about all offense, you're going to see the 8-hour cards as well. So that's good. All defense, I'm guessing it will be similar. You'll see the 8 hours. You won't quite see the 12 hours. Unfortunately, this one has been up for not quite. This is the oldest card that you're seeing. It's not quite 12 hours. So you're not going to quite see those. But you could do all offense, all defense. You could also, one thing that doesn't get talked about enough, I think, is simply, this one's so close to being full, or it is full, is you could add like the letter A. This will only show cards that have the letter A in them. You could do the same thing with E, or I, or O, or N, or anything like that, and you could do something like this, and that can make the filter work as well. So there's ways to get around it, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, again, very competitive when we get to the higher one, so I'm actually just going to do all offense, and we'll see if we can snag something here. All offense, we see an Odell, and we'll give a few minutes here. This one's very unlikely. Again, I usually don't like filters where I just keep refreshing. I find it to be boring. But I think if you're able to switch it up and go from different overalls, or just a way to keep you engaged, I think it can be pretty fun. I'm not fun. I don't know if you're having fun or you just want to make. I have fun. I like sniping. So we'll see. Maybe we'll see we haven't got a big snipe yet this year. We've missed some. A Trent Williams right there was up for like 10 to 20,000 coins. Von Miller put up for 250 coins. So we've seen some, but unfortunately have not got them. Okay, we're not seeing anything get put up. I don't know what's going on. Where's the 86s and 87s at? I don't know. Ezekiel Elliott and Jerry Rice just switched spots. They must have been put. I'm wondering if they got posted like exactly the same time. That's so weird. Like they're actually like changing spots as I refresh. that third and fourth slot. Let's see if it switched back. That's kind of weird. So crazy. Kelsey. Maybe not. Maybe was I seeing things? I don't know. I feel like maybe I'm seeing things. It does happen sometimes. Like they're posted at like exactly the same time, so they go back and forth. Which one is it where? So that Julio sold, looks like, that just got posted. So you will see cards fall off the board pretty quickly, because this is, these cards are getting posted right away, and so I mean I'm seeing them right when they get posted. So there's a good chance you're gonna find good deals on some of these cards. Of course, hopefully we see the good deal, the great deal, amazing deal right here, because I only want to go for a few more minutes here. Come on, baby. 93 for Bakhtiari. I have no idea what he goes for. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Probably a solid price for Bakhtiari, but I mean, if you're trying to buy him, but not really what we're looking for. 87s, remember, minimum sell for about 90. I thought maybe Bakhtiari at left tackle, maybe he goes for like 110, maybe. It's still not a huge profit for how much you're spending. Unfortunately, not so much. I don't know these prices. Like I said, I've never really sniped 86, 87s. It's not really my cup of tea usually, because I don't like to sit on a filter and just keep refreshing. But I haven't done anything like this where I try a bunch of different filters in the span of a half hour. So 88, 89, if you wanted to go to 88, 89, which I won't have time for, this will not have time for in this video, just do 88, 89. You can just simply refresh. Just do what I'm doing. Just double click A. I know I get that question a lot. How do you refresh? Just double click on any of those that say all. If you double click on any of the ones that are it would just get rid of it. It would just switch it to all. So you want to, whatever your filter is, you got your filter, then just any of these that say all, just double click AA, and you should be good. So we see a Larry Allen. So that's one right there. So we see the Larry Allen there in the third slot. Good price for sure at 82,000, but it's not one that we're going to pull the trigger on. Somebody else will, but it's just not enough. You can't really flip it. We saw, oh crap. Let's go. I'm so happy we got something. I'm happy. I was definitely thinking, so we got two 10K snipes in this video. I'm just gonna sell it for like 81. I feel like that's very safe. We've seen the Harrison Smith just maybe not quite sell, but yeah, definitely good. If you want, you could just sort by buy now. So here's my Elway, which I'm pretty confident will sell based on what we've seen. But if you wanted to, you could go ahead and sort by buy now. But that does take out like the chance of snipe. Like, what if a Von Miller got put up for 100K? You know, that's a great deal. Or a Patrick Mahomes for 100K. Like, you want to make sure you're seeing those cards, in my opinion, as you get into it more and more. That was pretty successful, I thought, for being like kind of all over the place. So let's go ahead and see what we got here on the auction house. We got 9 auctions, and I think that's pretty solid. Which I do think, like, we already seen. Well, we had 10, right? One of them already sold. Look at these, how much these cards have went up. I sold them for 32 within like, they've went way up. I probably undercut way too much, but yeah, I feel really good about our snipes here. We got one Brandon Williams for like 10K. Obviously, the Elway was good. Even starting off with the Sue and Peppers, I thought were pretty solid, making like 2,000 on each of those. So pretty solid, I think, overall. One thing, the last thing I'm going to say as I round up the video, the reason why this is so successful, I know I mentioned this in my basic sniping tutorial. The reason why the pricing is so successful, I didn't mention this even in my sniping video, but if you go to the exchange set, what people will do is, I'll just go to this one, 87, 88. Do I have? Oh crap! I need one where I don't have them. Let's do 83, 84. I probably have one at all of them. Dang it! That would have been. I can't really show it off without putting my cards in the auction house, without putting my cards in the set. But the reason why this is so successful is because what people will do is when they're doing these sets, these exchange sets, they'll go ahead and just click this, and it will take them to the auction house if they need one, and they'll just sort by buy now and buy whatever the cheapest one up is. So once you the 85 to 86s are, once you get past 86, it's a little bit harder. That's why you saw the Harrison Smith. Maybe we'll see if he sells. Was he an 80 or is he an 86? He was an 86, wasn't he? But when you get to the higher overalls, it kind of varies a lot more on these prices as opposed to on the lower overalls, because people are just buying them up and they're all kind of the same price because people buy them up and throw them in sets. Outside of your Tyreek Hills, there's some that go Jalen Smith for 80, Quentin Nelson's. There are some exceptions, but that's why they fit kind of the same prices. It's the sets kind of keep them all together. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. I hope you guys learned some things or just enjoyed yourself here. Happy sniping. If you were sniping during this video, which I know a lot of you guys like to do, let me know what you guys sniped during it or over the weekend. Any crazy snipes. Love seeing that. Thank you guys so much. You guys are absolutely incredible. Like if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you're new. ChewbaccaLemma.